Pls Sub has recently got a huge update, basically reworking the core gameplay. They changed the UI, changed some maps, reworked some monsters, and even more stuff has been changed and added. Now, let me break it down
for you, Mark.
The main menu and the in-game UI has been changed to be made way more simple to understand. Stuff has been categorized, and skins for items like flashlight and doom's content has been added with the introduction of survival levels. Now you can get bronze, silver, gold and diamond skins for items by leveling up. You gain survival levels with each objective done, and like the monster levels, it levels up over time. Besides the new menu, the monster menu has also been changed for the better. And with the new monster UI, now the entire model of the monster sits on the corner instead of just the render. Long been teased, survival abilities are finally here. There are 14 different abilities, with some having passive effects and some having active abilities that you can use. These passives are Living Beacon, Break Free, Taskmaster, Clarity, and Super Slider. Active abilities are Energy Burst, Sixth Sense, Double Down, Cloaked, Rewind, Parry Stance, Duplicate, and Explode. You can see the descriptions of the abilities here on the screen, and we'll make a more detailed deep dive into the abilities later. There's also a new thing survivors can do, which is sliding. Sliding kinda works like the old evade ability, and consuming some stamina but sliding you forward. With the introduction of the survival abilities, 4 of the 19 monsters have been buffed/reworked, and I believe more is on the way. These currently changed monsters are MX, Inkfell, Forest King, and Springtrap. Let's start with MX. MX's pop-up and charging demise have been changed. He can jump a lot higher with the pop-up, but he cannot turn in the air to compensate for the buff. But this is still a massive buff because of the jump height MX has gained. His jump range is effectively tripled or maybe even more. Charging demise is also buffed, being able to turn mid-charge now. Forest King got reworked, changing his movement and basic stats. He now has 2 new passives. First one makes Forest King regain 15 stamina and get a slight speed boost when his head hits the survivor. And the second one reworks the Forest King's movement completely. Rather than the usual hold sprint to go fast and turn normally, Forest King will have to build up speed over time and turn slowly, almost like a drifting car, or as if he was on ice. The max speed he can get fully when accelerated is 35, meaning now Forest King out of all monsters is the fastest. On top of this movement rework, his abilities are also changed, with Rooted Barricade replacing Lurking Facade, and 2 new abilities being the Rolled Entanglement and the Neo Lurking Facade. Rooted Barricade is a slightly versed old Lurking Facade, making Forest King place a barricade that will block a certain straight area that Forest King chooses. His Royal Entanglement makes him tether themselves to nearby players, and after about 3 seconds it will damage them by 35 HP. For avoiding this ability, you have to stay away from the Forest King, cause tether has a limited range. And for his new Lurking Facade, he will summon a transparent head that will stay in place and highlight nearby players. If any survivor gets close to the head, it will launch itself to the survivor, giving them the glitched effect, and the effects work like radiation or the bleeding debuff, making survivors take damage over time. Springtrap got 2 new buffs. First buff makes him be able to throw his axe in any direction he wants, making him hit survivors more consistently. Second buff adds an access meter to Springtrap, and if he loses axe and when the timer ends, axe will return to Springtrap's hand automatically. So now you don't have to pick up the axe manually. Now I believe these buffs are given to compensate for the new survival abilities, and with the current state of the game, probably slowly every monster will get something to compensate. Besides the important changes that I just mentioned, all of the monsters got small changes. Rosemary's stamina was reduced from 45 to 38. Wisp Frenzy now restores a lot of stamina upon using, and hitting a bomb with left click increases linger duration by 1.5 seconds. Oni's sprint speed was increased to 22. Jeffrey Root's Maniacal Haste now gets +1 speed boost while using. Inkfell Stable Shitbug was increased by 15%, and when exiting a portal without being near to anybody else, will not despawn the portal and will make you silent while exiting it. EXE's Too Slow got changed. Speed while using Too Slow was changed from 27 to 28.5, and now EXE regenerates stamina while using Too Slow. Niloticus' stamina increased to 40, and now God the Leap can leap into the air while using the ability. Stricken also got changes. Speed while infected increased by 4.8, and the Stricken debuff's damage is increased. For PCX, using abilities now drains and requires stamina. If you learn your abilities, then the stamina is refunded. Using a left mouse button now drains 1 stamina. You can turn is now instant, but turning is drastically reduced. And finally, Uncle Sam's animation was changed. Uncle Sam's no sprint time increased from 1 second to 2.25 seconds. the new Inkfell buff, he also get a remodel, changing all his skins and adding some new ones. His DJ, Dismay, and Molten skins are getting removed, with the DJ and Dismay leaving because of DA Games controversy and Molten getting removed because of him looking pretty similar to the new base version. To compensate, he's getting two new skins, being a new DJ and a new Dismay. New DJ looks more like a DJ, having a colorful party outfit and not just a pair of headphones. New Dismay turns him into the projectionist from Banyaning Machine. And on top of these new skins, his other skins are all getting redesigns, and I would say the new versions just look better generally. A few monsters are getting new skins. These skins are Consumed for Stricken, Twilight for Springtrap, Cannon for AXZ, Genesis X for PCX, and Chef plus Ariana for Jeffrey Woods. In my opinion, all these skins look amazing, and I would say a lot of people will be using these. Now you can decorate your survivor icon with borders. These borders will let you customize how you look, and they generally look amazing. New chase teams are added to the new skins, along with a new Rosemary chase team and a Lanky Mimic chase team. Last Man Standing effects are added. Now in some maps like Baldi's Schoolhouse, Goblin Run, Forest, and Fazbear's Fright, in Last Man Standing, environmental effects will start. In Baldi's Schoolhouse, everything will turn red, Fazbear's Fright will start burning, Forest will lighten, and Goblin Run will go RGB mode. Both survivors and monsters will get a speed buff in Last Man Standing. There's going to be in total 3 map changes, with the first one being the Forest rework, second one being the Joy of Creation redesign, and the third one being the new map Outskirts. The Forest rework changes Forest layout completely and removes the torch lighting objective. Now there's only the trash collecting objective and the forest. Second one, the Joy of Creation redesign, doesn't change the layout of the map, but changes the design only. I think they should have also changed the layout in my opinion, cause for both monsters and the survivors, this map is bad. But then they also added a new map called the Outskirts, and this map is, if you don't know, a reference or like an implementation of the Outskirts from Teletubbies. Now there is a testing area for monsters, and you can go there to test your abilities and such. Now your monsters chance is actually chance based. It works by playing games and earning monster points by every objective set you've done, and in monster selection, the survivor who has the highest monster point would be selected as the monster. But now, monster chance actually works like a chance based system. With everything you do, you earn more and more chance, and the monster is selected by chance. You may have 70% monster chance, but a small 5% chance survivor may be the monster if they are lucky. There's also a new map selection screen. Now when it's your time to play as a monster, 3 maps which haven't showed up in a while will be selectable, and you will be able to choose whatever map you would like to play on. There are new survival emotes and new emotes for Inkfell. I'm not real sure, but there's like 5 new survival emotes and like 3 new Inkfell emotes. I could be wrong on this though. I don't really know how many emotes already existed before the update. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Making this video and posting it this quickly took a lot of preparation, and you can help me a lot just by clicking one simple button. I'm trying to reach 1000 subs, so all help is appreciated. And anyways, thanks again for watching, and see ya!